Welcome to Vedic Wisdom Insights. Glory to my Guru, Swami Mukundananda, for showering his blessings on me and everybody. Welcome to our ongoing Isopanisad series. In the last episode, we discussed about comparative study of Vidya and Avidya. Avidya takes us to the darkest regions of ignorance. However, Vidya, if unused properly, becomes more dangerous than Avidya. In today's episode, we will discuss about how we can acquire right knowledge, what are its methods, and how other methods develop the wrong knowledge. So this is verse 10 from Isopanishad. Anyad evahur vidyayaya, nayad ahur avidyaya, iti susruma dhiranam, ye nastat vichachakshire. Translation. The wise have explained that one result is derived from the culture of knowledge and that a different result is obtained from the culture of science. In chapter 13 of Bhagavad Gita, verse 8 to 12, these 5 verses describe the virtues, habits, behaviors and attitudes that purify one's life and illuminate with the light of knowledge. So these are humbleness, freedom from hypocrisy, non-violence, forgiveness, simplicity, service of the Guru, cleanliness of body and mind, steadfastness and self-control, dispassion toward the objects of the senses, absence of egoism, keeping in mind the evils of birth, disease, old age and death, non-attachment, absence of clinging to spouse, children, home and so on, even-mindedness amidst desire and undesired events in life, constant and exclusive devotion towards me, an inclination for solitary places and an aversion for mundane society, constancy in spiritual knowledge and philosophical pursuit of the absolute truth. These are 20 qualities, virtues and behavior which is required in our life. If we have this, we are spiritual and we are in the knowledge, and anything beyond this, it can be called as ignorance. In the modern society, even a boy thinks himself self-sufficient and pays no respect to elderly men. Due to the wrong type of education being imparted in our universities, boys all over the world are giving their elders headaches. Thus, Sri Isopanishad very strongly warns that the culture of science is different from that of knowledge. The universities are, so to speak, centers of science only. Consequently, scientists are busy discovering lethal weapons to wipe out the existence of other countries. University students today are not given instructions in the regulative principles of Brahmacharya, nor do they have any faith in any scriptural injunctions. Religious principles are taught for the sake of name and fame only and not for the sake of practical action. Thus, there is animosity not only in social and political fields but in the field of religion as well. There are innumerable suns and innumerable planetary systems. As infinitesimal paths and parcels of the Supreme Lord, we small creatures are trying to dominate these unlimited planets. Thus we take repeated birth and death and are generally frustrated by old age and disease. The span of human life is scheduled for about 100 years, although it is gradually decreasing to 30, 40 and 20 years. Thanks to the culture of science, befooled men have created their own nations within these planets in order to grasp sense enjoyment more effectively for these few years. Such foolish people draw up various plans to render national demarcations perfectly, a task that is totally impossible. Yet for this purpose, each and every nation has become a source of anxiety for others. More than 50% of a nation's energy is devoted to defense measures and thus spoiled. No one cares for the cultivation of real knowledge, yet people are falsely proud of being advanced in both material and spiritual knowledge. Therefore, we must approach Bhagavad Gita to get the right instructions to get the knowledge. This mantra states that the instructions of Vidya must be acquired from a Dhira. A Dhira is the one who is not disturbed by material illusion. No one can be undisturbed unless he is perfectly spiritually realized, at which time one neither hankers nor laments for anything. A Dhira realizes that the material body and mind he has acquired by chance through material association are but foreign elements. Therefore, he simply makes the best use of a bad bargain. The material body and mind are bad bargains for the spiritual living entity. The living entity has actual functions in the living spiritual world, but this material world is dead. As long as the living spiritual parks manipulate the dead lumps of matter, the dead world appears to be a living world. Actually, it is a living soul, the parts and parcels of the supreme living being who move the world. The Dhiras have come to know all these facts by hearing them from superior authorities and have realized this knowledge by following the regulative principles. To follow the regulative principle, one must take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. The transcendental message and regulative principles come down from the spiritual master to the disciple. Such knowledge does not come in the hazardous way of nescient education. One can become a Dhira only by submissively hearing from a bona fide spiritual master. In my case, I have surrendered to my Guru, Swami Mukundananda, who is giving us the divine knowledge and the wisdom to overcome from darkness and ignorance. On the other hand, an Adhira cannot be an instructive leader. Adhira is one who has not undergone the training of a Dhira. Modern politicians who pose themselves as Dhiras are actually Adhiras, and one cannot expect perfect knowledge from them. They are simply busy seeing to their own remuneration in dollars and cents. How then can they lead the mass of people to the right path of self-realization? Thus, one must hear submissively from a Dhira in order to attain actual education. So, to conclude, let's understand and contemplate on the methods of knowledge that ShreeKrishna Bhagwan has given us in the Bhagavad Gita. Cultivate these virtues, these behaviors and attitudes that purify our life, and we get the right knowledge and come out of darkness and ignorance. Hare Krishna and Jai Sri Ram.